Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. In today's recipe of the breakfast series, I'm going to be making pongal. There are two types of pongals, which is Sakkarai Pongal, Ven Pongal, as well as and serve it along with some coconut chutney and kumbakonam coffee. So I'm actually going to be making the Ven Pongal and Sakkarai Pongal, the cooking of the rice and the dal in the same pressure cooker, and then I will add the spices in later. So this actually saves time. Okay, so I'm going to add in the rice into the pressure cooker and moong dal. So moong dal is essentially very important for pongal. In fact, a lot of times I actually add more quantity of moong dal when I make it at home, and you can also try doing that. In fact, just reverse the proportions of the moong dal and rice which I'm showing here, and then it'll be absolutely delicious. So now I'm going to add water and cook both of them until it's nice and mushy for about 3 to 4 whistles. So pongal is essentially a khichdi of sorts from southern India, and it's mildly flavored and brings out delicious taste. So I'm just going to add in the water. That's it. So I'm going to cover the pressure cooker and cook it for about 3 whistles. Turn the heat to low, simmer for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then your rice for the rice and dal mixture for the pongal would be ready. Okay? And so while the pongal is getting done, and while I'm waiting for the whistles, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make the coconut chutney. So I'm just going to do the multi-processing. Now to begin making our coconut chutney, so into my turbo chop, it's one of my favorite mini mixer grinders that I love using because of its ease of use. You can actually grind small quantities very easily. So I'm just going to add in the coconut freshly grated into my turbo chop. I'm going to add in the pottukadle, right, roasted chana dal. I'm going to add in the green chillies, and I have some ginger that is chopped, some salt to taste. Okay, and I typically like adding some warm water, but now if you're using frozen coconut, then try to add some warm water because the chutney will blend really well and give it a really smooth texture. But since this coconut is freshly grated, I'm good adding regular water, and we should be good. Now I'm going to cover the blender. That's it. Notice that it's ground really nicely. Okay, now I'm going to transfer it to a bowl and then put tadka over it, which is the talchikotal. Okay, so now to begin making the coconut chutney, I have this pan heated, and I'm going to add in some oil, just a bit. And once the oil gets heated up, I'm going to add in the mustard seeds and urad dal, and I'm going to allow both of them to crackle. The important thing is the urad dal is to become nice and golden, so wait till it turns nice and golden. Okay, so notice that the dal is becoming golden. So at this time, I'm just going to quickly add in the curry leaves and turn off the heat. So now that the tadka is ready, I'm going to quickly turn off the heat and then pour it over my coconut chutney. Okay, our coconut chutney is ready, and now time to make the pongal. Now we're ready to open the pressure cooker for the making the pongal. Okay, I'm just going to quickly open it and keep it to the side. Notice that the rice and dal is brilliantly cooked. I'm going to lightly mash it with the back of the spoon because in pongal you typically sort of slightly mash, not completely. Different people make it differently, so it's completely your choice of how you like the texture of your pongal to be. So when it is hot, it is always good to mash it because then it's easier. So I'm just going to lightly give it a stir. And now that this mixture is ready, I'm going to show you how to make the Ven Pongal first, which is the savory version. Okay, so I'm going to keep it to the side and go ahead and prepare the spices that are required for Ven Pongal. So now to make the Ven Pongal, I'm going to add in the ghee. Ghee is an extremely important ingredient in making pongal. Okay, and I'm going to add that. In fact, I like adding a little more. I'm going to top it off with ghee a little later. And I'm going to add in the cumin seeds, ginger finely chopped, and the coarsely pounded black pepper. And allow this to crackle a little bit, and you just give it a stir and allow this to sort of sizzle a little bit. And then once it does, we will go ahead and mix the dal and rice mixture along with some salt. Okay, so I'm just going to go add this in. I'm going to add in some salt. So now I'm going to mix all the ingredients together until it is well combined. And I can already start smelling the aromas of the ginger and the black pepper. This is just simply amazing. I'm going to turn off the heat and get ready to show you how to make the Sakkarai Pongal. And that's as simple as how to make this Ven Pongal. Now to make the Sakkarai Pongal, into my pan I'm going to add in ghee. Okay, again, lots of it because Pongal tastes delicious only with its ghee. And I'm going to add the cashew nuts. You can add a lot more if you want. It's completely your choice of how nutty you want your Pongal to be. Okay, and I'm going to stir fry and roast the cashew nuts until they're golden brown. Ensure that you roast the cashew nuts on low heat so it browns and crisps evenly. Now that the cardamoms are roasted, I'm going to go ahead and add the cooked rice and dal mixture for making the Sakkarai Pongal. Okay, mix it well into the ghee, and I'm going to add in the jaggery. You can also add, freshly grated coconut or coconut milk as well to add more flavor, but that's traditionally not added. And then I'm going to add in some freshly pounded cardamom powder. So mix all of it until the jaggery is well combined and you get a nice homogeneous mixture. Okay, this will take, and it's important that you sort of cook it along with the jaggery for a couple of minutes. And once the jaggery melts and is combined well into the rice and it all comes together, then you can turn off the heat and the Pongal will be ready to be served. Okay, I'm going to show you what happens just in a few minutes. Okay, notice that it's all come together beautifully. Okay, this is how you want it to be. And if you want, you can mash it up a little more, or you can leave it and have it a little texture. I'm just going to give it a quick taste to see how it all is. Pongal is one of my favorites, and it's smelling absolutely delicious. Perfect. So now I'm going to turn off the heat and quickly plate it and enjoy a nice delicious Pongal meal. Now that my Pongal is ready, I'm ready to make my Kumbakonam filter coffee and then have a delicious Pongal breakfast. The last thing that I must do is to make one of my favorite coffees, that's the Kumbakonam filter coffee. So I'm going to actually add in my filter coffee powder into this, and I'm going to cover it, put it in here, open this, pour water. I'm making coffee for 2 people now, so about a little bit of water there, and I'm going to turn on the switch. I'm going to turn on the switch and wait for my coffee to brew. When the coffee is done, when the light turns off and the bubbling sound is off, and all the decoction just gets collected here, and I'm ready to make my coffee and plate my Pongal. Okay, I'm just going to do that now. Okay, so now Kumbakonam filter coffee is typically had in a very traditional tumbler davara, right? This is called the tumbler and this is the davara. Okay, and the way it is made is we first add the sugar into the bottom. Now if you don't have sugar, then you can omit it. And then you pour in the decoction, and once you pour in the decoction, you have to pour in the milk, and milk is absolutely important for coffee. It should be boiled well, freshly boiled milk, and you just pour it in. And once you've done that, the way you drink it is to actually mix it in really well, and the sugar. So then the coffee gets well combined along with the sugar and the milk, and it will taste absolutely delicious. Some of the most important ingredients are using really good coffee powder and well-boiled fresh milk. That's it. Our coffee is ready, and so is our Pongal breakfast. And I really hope you enjoyed watching this recipe of how to make the Ven Pongal, the Sakkarai Pongal, and the coconut chutney along with the Kumbakonam filter coffee. So when you do try the recipe, don't forget to leave your feedback in the comments below, because I'll always be looking to hear back from you. And don't forget to watch our breakfast series. We're going to have multiple breakfast recipes that's going to be coming up from across every region in India. So until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.